there's a R&B movement. The pendulum is swinging back towards music that feels like something again. It definitely is. With your Daniel Caesars and your Sabrina Claudios and her and you know, just people like that. I mean, there's a few others I can name, but like there's definitely a R&B movement that's happening right now. It hasn't so much, you know, hit the masses yet, but slowly but surely we're getting there.
What's up, geniuses? Welcome back to our new talk show. This is For the Record. I am Rob Markman, and today's guest is one of the greatest songwriters ever. That's right, ever. Okay, he's playing classics for everybody from Beyonce and Rihanna, and the brother kept a couple number ones for himself. You know, he has a new single out now called Good Man, and you know, it reminds us of a time back when R&B was about love, and we wanted to have him up here today to talk about it. So, please welcome to For the Record, my man Neo. Neo, what's up?
Pleasure, brother. Pleasure.
What's good, man?
Chillin', man. Happy to be here.
Man, happy to have you here, man. We gotta talk about this Good Man record.
Yeah.
Because you know, the record kind of reminds me a lot of this room that we're sitting in right now.
Yeah, it's a little nostalgic. Yeah.
What sparked the record for you? I feel like for you to have such a message on Good Man, of just being good to your woman, it's not something that we're hearing a lot in music today.
Yeah,
That's
why. That's the reason that. Well, that's part of the reason. Another part of the reason is that it's just a good record. You know what I mean? I felt really what's the word I'm looking for? Fulfilled when I was done with this record. Like a lot of times as an artist, you have a specific vision for something and you know, you go through whatever it is you got to go through to try to get that vision out. And by the time it's done, it's maybe not exactly what you envision, but it's good enough and you move. With this song came out exactly the way I heard it in my head, exactly the way I envisioned it. So I am super duper proud of the record. On top of it just being the right climate for the record. We got rape charge this and sexual harassment case that, and it's like, you know, in this climate where, you know, yet again, we as men have forgotten what it is we're supposed to do in reference to these women. A song like this is just a friendly reminder of this is how it's supposed to look. This is what it's supposed to feel like. This is what it's supposed to sound like.
Well, you know, you ruffled a few feathers. I think you made men take a look at themselves when you made a post on Instagram. And we'll get into that in a second. But there's nothing new for me. I feel like you told us this 10 years ago when you dropped Year of a Gentleman. So are you telling me that in the 10 years between Year of a Gentleman and Good Man, that we can't get it right still? We not there yet?
Bruh, I mean, and present company included, yeah, we can't. We have not got it right. We have not got it right. Even in the realm of Year of the Gentleman and what Year of the Gentleman was and what it was talking about, you know, we all fall short of the glory because ain't none of us perfect. So with that being said, you know, it's one thing to be a gentleman. You can be a gentleman and be a womanizer still. You know, a gentleman knows the power of looking the part and he's charming and he's charismatic, but you know, those powers could be used for evil. And I will sit here and say that I definitely did. I used those powers for evil. I was not, I was definitely a gentleman, but I was not a good man, so to speak, because, you know, it wasn't about genuinely doing right by somebody. It was about, okay, let me give her the image of doing right by her and then do my little dirt on the side. And as long as I don't ever get caught, it's all good. And that's not the way it's supposed to go. The unfortunate truth for all the fellas out there, that ain't the way it's supposed to go. And I don't care how slick you are. I don't care how slick you think you are. You will get caught. She's smarter than you, bruh. Just accept it. Accept it. She's smarter than you. She's going to catch you. You're going to get comfortable and you're going to leave something in the DMs or you're going to leave a text message somewhere or she's going to just find your phone randomly and decide to go through it. She knows your code. And yeah, you're going to get caught. That's just what it is. It's just, so, you know, it's smarter and it's just easier to just go ahead and do it the right way. Or just not do it at all. Like, if you ain't ready to be with one, then don't be with one. Don't tell her, hey, I want you to be my girl. Don't say that to her, because for her, that means you want just her. And if you don't want just her, and she catch you with anybody other than her, now you got problems. So, I mean, it's of course, it's a lot easier said than done.
Right.
And it definitely took some maturing and some growth and some experience to get to this point.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this is the point that we all need to get to, because the only other option is to hurt somebody or get hurt your damn self.
Right. And I think it's cool that I applaud you for this is not, or hearing you speak about it, not a condemnation, but you're not taking yourself out of the equation as
no,
much as
not
a
at all.
self-reflection as it is.
Yeah, listen, I can never point the finger at somebody else without pointing the finger at myself first. Nah, that's hypocritical, and that's the worst. A hypocrite is worse than a liar, you know. So I can't do that.
You definitely made some people feel away on IG a couple about last week. You posted we got to make being faithful to one woman cool again, like 90s R&B songs.
Yeah, man.
J-Lo responded, preach. It's just like I'm still trying to figure out what it feels like to have J-Lo respond in your IG comments. Maybe one day I'll get there. See, I agree with you. Lil Duval, man, really was in his feelings, man.
Listen, I think people took that whole situation a bit took it for more than it really was. Like I knew that he was, lightweight joking, and I was lightweight joking with my response. It wasn't like ain't got no beef with Lil Duval, nothing like that. But I can understand how a lot of dudes might feel the way Lil Duval felt in regard to that. Breaking guy code or whatever the case may be. And you know what? What I say to that is, all right, it's all cool, fun, and good. I responded lightly. I said, I can't break guy code because it's been broken. It's the reason that we in the spot we in is because guy code is broken. Guy code is based on lies and deceit. And anything based on lies and deceit is eventually going to fall. That's just what it is.
Okay. Let's get to the other part of that, because actually the bigger question that I have for you is, being faithful to one woman, making it cool again, like 90s R&B songs. What are some of these 90s R&B songs that you think of that make you feel this way? When you think of love and being faithful to one woman, what are some of the records that come to Neo's mind?
I just, I think about, just the perception of R&B cats today versus the perception of R&B cats back in the day. The perception of R&B music today versus the perception of R&B music back in the day. And the people that always come to mind for me is Jodeci. Think about who Jodeci was. These cats was in the middle of the desert in leather with machetes talking about, I'll cry for you. Talking about, do you believe in love and the power that it gives? Meanwhile, they on stage at an award show in masks and machetes. You cannot say that these cats wasn't hard. You can't say that they wasn't cool. They was absolutely all of that. And yet, every song was talking about love. They were still singing love songs, and it was cool. It was all right for them to be singing love songs. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, I feel like, nowadays, cats look at it as corny or whatever the case may be, and it's just because for whatever reason everybody on the face of the planet suddenly just wants to be so hard. And if that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. But here's the thing about love: it is just like air and water. It's not something it's not a want, it's a need, it's a necessity. We need it. And if we don't have it, you see what happens. Like society falls and everything else. Like it's a real live thing. It's a real live necessity to just happy life. And I just wish that we could get to a place where it was cool again to these particular kinds of people. Because I mean, it's there's people out there that have always understood the power of love and preached the power of love or whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's a lot of people pushing in the negative space and not enough people pushing back in the positive space. So I'm just trying to be one of the people pushing back in the positive space.
And you always have it. Who are some of, Jodeci, like I actually made a tweet about them just last week about how their opening lyrics was always so powerful. Like, it's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's too long.
So come back home. Like, come on, man.
So you having my baby, and it means so much to me. Like, they knew how to set up a song.
Exactly.
Yourself as well. Your pen is golden, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Are there any contemporary R&B artists that you feel?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a R&B movement. The pendulum is swinging back towards music that feels like something again. It definitely is. Taking nothing from trap music and the whole nine. I love trap music myself. Huge fan of the Migos and a few other cats out there. I love it. I just feel like we need some diversity. We need a little bit more of some other stuff to add with it. So with that being said, with your Daniel Caesars and your Sabrina Claudios and her and just people like that. I mean, there's a few others I can name, but like there's definitely a R&B movement that's happening right now. It hasn't so much hit the masses yet, but slowly but surely we're getting there. We definitely getting there. But then, I mean, even on the other side of that, somebody today actually said to me that you kind of can't really complain about anything because the way it's set up now, it's there. You just got to go look for it. It's not wrapped up in a pretty bow and presented to you anymore. But it's definitely there. You can find the R&B. It's out there. The good R&B is out there. You just got to search for it yourself now.
Yeah, you got so and everything right now with streaming is at our fingertips. It might
Very
not be
real.
on the front page when you open Spotify or Apple or Tidal.
Yeah,
but
it might
if
not
you hit
be
that search bar,
Yeah, your radio station, your local radio station might not be playing it, but it's out there. It's out there, and you just got to take it upon yourself to go get it.
There was another topic that I wanted to get your take on because we actually had Next in here last week, and we were
much
just actually
respect.
talking about this like off camera. But Bruno Mars, man, there's been a lot being said about him. I don't want to get this wrong. Grapevine TV, they have tons of conversation on their YouTube channel, and went viral when they had put out this video and asked if Bruno Mars was culturally appropriating black music. And they made the point that a black artist making the same music wouldn't receive the same awards and accolades.
I don't know if that's true.
And yeah, I just want to
don't
get your
know if that's
thoughts on that because you played in the R&B. R&B is black music. Most pop music is black music if you really look at it. If you go from hip hop to reggae,
I mean, if
to
you go into
rock.
the origins, yeah,
Right.
definitely so. Definitely so.
But your thoughts on that and what it means to be a black artist in today's climate and actually getting the accolades and where does Bruno Mars fall into that?
As far as Bruno Mars is concerned, Bruno Mars is ridiculously talented, and the songs that everybody's talking about are just that damn good to where I don't honestly feel like it would matter who else was singing them. If you were singing them the way he's singing them and giving the character and charisma and personality to him that he's giving them, then I feel like they would be just as successful. I don't think it has anything to do with black music, white music, Bruno, whatever nationality he is. I still don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know Bruno.
He's mixed, I think, Puerto Rican, Filipino,
I don't know what you
born in
are.
Hawaii.
Bruno grew up being inspired by these amazing artists, and his music reflects that. I feel like it's as simple as that. Stevie Wonder. Somebody asked Stevie Wonder the same question. He said the same thing. It's not. People take music and put this ownership on it like can't nobody else touch it, and that's not how it's supposed to go, man. Music is supposed to be for everybody. Music is from the soul, and it's about the love and appreciation of, not, well, this is ours and can't nobody, if you won't look like me, you can't do it. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. That's stupid.
I remember there was a point in your career where you transitioned. I mean, you just gave us like really the quintessential R&B, and I remember, it was a bit of a departure when like Closer might have been the first record, like Four to the Floor, dance, like EDM inspired. And I remember that being a big deal at the time, like, oh, is Neo switching up his sound? And I mean, through the years, you've really still been able to deliver the same R&B, the same songwriting, the same love that we're used to hearing with a different beat under it. What was that transition like for you, and where do you stand? You really broadened yourself musically at that point.
That transition just came from me stepping outside of America and realizing that the world is bigger than America. I had been spending a lot of time in the UK and just overseas period, and that Four on the Floor, that driving beat, that's kind of like what music is over there, and so I just figured, let me come back to the States and bring some of that energy back over here, but actually put a lyric to it. In most cases with that music, it's just the beat and maybe one or two words repeated over and over again. So I was like, let me try to do something with that same beat, but give it some meaning, give it words that mean something. And it worked. I feel like if you are blessed with a multitude of talents, or if you are blessed with the opportunity and ability to do more than one thing, then you're doing yourself a disservice to just do one thing because you are afraid of what the world is going to say about it. Like, that's not how it's supposed to go. R&B is where I started, but music itself is a mansion. It's a big ass mansion with a bunch of rooms in it. Who in their right mind goes into any big ass mansion and stay their ass in one room? Who does that? Nobody. Why would you? Why? For what? Now, if you in that room and you've mastered that room and the doors on the other rooms are locked to you, all right, well then rock out in the room that you got. But as far as I'm concerned, God put music in me. Music, not R&B music, not dance music, not pop music, but music. I turn around and do a country record if I feel like it. Like, this is who I am. This is what I am. And I'm not going to downplay that because a few black people is mad because I ain't doing just R&B no more. Like, I'm not going to do that. The world is bigger than that. And I do it for the world, and I do it for myself and hope that the world enjoys. But That's what it's about. It's not about putting yourself in a box. I refuse. I refuse.
Well put, man. And I think it translates through the music because we still hear you no matter what the beat is. A Neo record is a Neo record. Like
At the end of the day,
sounds
that's what it's about. If you rock with me, then you rock with music, not just R&B music, not just dance music. You rock with music, period. If you are a Neo fan, and I appreciate you for it.
Before we get out of here, new album coming?
Yes, new album on the way, June 8th. June 8th, the Good Man album will be available everywhere that music is streamed and bought in the whole nine. Go get it the way you get it. The sound of the record, the album is about, the journey of a good man. No man is born a good man. You have to go through some stuff, break some hearts, get your heart broken in order to get to the point where you make the decision to be a good man. And the album kind of follows that journey. It's not just my story. I feel like it's kind of every man that's made the decision. It's every man's story. So with that being the subject matter, the sound is predominantly R&B, but as I just said, I have all kinds of music in me. So I'm definitely celebrating the fact that my fans have allowed me to jump genre as many times as I have. But yeah, the sound of the album is predominantly R&B. Trying to drop a single every month up to the month of June. Good Man is a single that's out right now. I got one coming this month actually called Pushback, featuring BB Rexa, Stefflon Don. And yeah, man, we're just gonna keep cranking them out. People that still rock with Neo, you'll definitely find something on there that you love and are familiar with. And people that are new to Neo, I feel like this is a good place to start. Start here and then work your way back to In My Own Words.
You won't be disappointed.
Not at all.
Before you go, I want to play one quick game with you called Record Break. This is for
Let's
the
do it.
record. This is rapid fire questions. I'm
Rapid
just going to throw it
fire.
at you.
Okay.
And you just get into it. We're going to get into your business, into your musical business.
Okay.
The first record Neo ever bought.
Far Side, Bizarre Ride. Yeah.
That's a good album.
Yeah, man.
That's a good album. What's the greatest record you ever wrote?
Damn. Better question for a Neo fan than me myself. You asking me to choose between my kids. I'm really not sure. Probably Beyonce's Irreplaceable. Yeah, that was a good one.
That's a damn good record. Your favorite record of all time?
Of all time. Damn. Another good question. Probably Michael Jackson's Lady in My Life.
Another damn good record. What's a record you love that most people wouldn't expect?
That most people wouldn't expect. The soundtrack to the Phantom of the Opera. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I listen to that when I get writer's block and can't figure out where to go. I got to step away and just listen to something completely off of what it is I'm doing. I'll turn that on.
All right, man. Aspiring songwriters, man.
Check
that out.
Step outside your comfort zone. It helps.
What record do you play when you want to get in your feelings?
When I want to get in my feelings, it normally don't take a record for me to get in my feelings. I'm pretty in touch with them. We chat regularly. But probably something slow and moody. Drake is always good for getting in your feelings. Drake works for getting in your feelings. But as does Stevie Wonder, as does Prince some records, as does Mike some records. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
All right, man.
And yes, I did just put Drake in the same thing with Mike and Stevie and all of them. He's one of the greats. Y'all don't know yet. He's gonna be.
He's there. Proclamation.
If he ain't there yet, he's gonna be. He is.
What's your favorite karaoke record? Your go-to karaoke record?
Go-to karaoke record. Frankie Beverly and Maze. Doom, 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 doom. You make me happy. Yeah, that's the one.
Neo coming to a cookout near you.
Yeah, man.
And what's the best R&B record out right now besides your own?
Besides my own.
So Good Man is number one. So we're really asking for the number two record right now.
Damn. There's a lot of good ones out right now. I love Her. Like, there's a few on that one that I just really, really enjoy. I think Focus is the single right now. That's a really, really good one. The boy Daniel Caesar, what's the one? Who would have thought I'd get you? I love that record. That's such a smart, classy, intelligent record. I love that record. Yeah, shout out to the boy Daniel Caesar. Keep doing your thing.
Man, shout out Daniel Caesar. But more importantly, right now, shout out Neo. New album, The Good Man, June 8th, we said?
June 8th. Be looking for it. In stores. Well, I don't know if it's going to be in stores. Do they put albums in stores?
Wherever you get music.
Wherever you get your music at, it'll be there. There we go.
There we go, man. I'm Rob Barkman. This is Neo. You've been watching For the Record. Catch you next time.